Well, it's a rivalry that stretches back to the NSL, and two heavyweights of that competition now continue it in the National Premier Leagues. Both Sydney United 58 and Adelaide City were runaway premiers in their respective NPL competitions, but both failed to convert that into a championship on Grand Final day. Both have a point to prove as each looks to add silverware to the cabinet by claiming the NPL Finals Series. Hello and welcome to the Sydney United Sports Centre in Sydney's West. Sydney United 58 taking on Adelaide City. This is the NPL Finals Series. Adam Santarossa to bring you all the action. And joining me this afternoon is Football New South Wales journalist Mickey Brock. Good afternoon, Mickey.
Good afternoon, viewers, and what a cracking game we've got in prospect here. Sydney United 58 and Adelaide City, two old rivals, as you said quite rightly, from the NSL days. Dreary, drizzly day here in western suburbs of Sydney, but I'm sure this game is going to brighten up our afternoon.
Yeah, not ideal conditions, of course. Sydney has been hit by a deluge in recent days, and it's not going to affect the pitch. Obviously, an artificial surface here at the Sydney United Sports Centre, so won't have too much of an impact there, but in terms of player comfort, maybe so, and fans as well. Of course, the number of fans we've seen in the stands have come from Adelaide, which is impressive. Obviously come a long way to support their side.
Well, it's fantastic to see, and what a great competition this one is, pitting up the champions of each of the states. And it's a fantastic prospect that we have for this match, but also it's great to see that there are some travelling fans. It's not often you get them travelling interstate these days, so fair play to them and well done indeed.
Well, they obviously both have pretty rich history from the NSL, so obviously large supporter bases. And if you are watching, wherever you're watching this afternoon, we're going worldwide, of course on YouTube and of course on the PlayStation 4 network. So wherever you are watching, I hope you're enjoying it. We're not too far from a kickoff, so let's get into our lineups. Firstly, the home side, Sydney United 58. They go with a 4-4-2. Thomas Manis in goal, a back four of Masato Mochizuki, Yanni Fragoyanas, Tomislav Uzkok and Jacob Tratt. A midfield four of Yataro Shin, Nick Stavroulakis, Peter Triantis and Glenn Trefiro, and a front two of Pani Nikas and Chris Payne. Substitutes for them, Chris Vlismas, Nikola Teneski, Anthony Vrilich, Matthew Bilic and Luke Babic. And Mark Rudin, of course, the coach. Adelaide City, they go with a 4-4-2 as well. Ryan Veach in goal. A back four of Michael Acton. Matt Halliday's the captain. Paul Blafari and Bradley Corbo. A midfield four of Mamadi Kamara, Thomas Love, Alex Sunaski and Joel Allwright. And a front two of Jordan Pudler and Anthony Costa. As the ground announcer here absolutely blaring his music, which makes it difficult. And the bench, obviously, Lewis Farquhar, Daniel Falosi, Anthony Babb, Luke Ostby and Christian D'Angelo. We are set for a kickoff. We are underway. Adelaide City, of course, in the black and white stripes. Sydney United 58 in their familiar red and white. Of course, 3 games this weekend so far in the NPL Final Series. This one to conclude things. We'll get through those results when we get the opportunity. But I mentioned in the opener, both of these sides were the runaway minor premiers, but missed out on Grand Final day. Hoping to get the job done here. As Uzkok, he will switch things. Now Nikas just breaks down. Comes all the way back to Uzkok. Formerly of the Melbourne Knights. Some of our viewers from Victoria will know him. As Mochizuki goes up the left. Well marshalled though by the Adelaide City defence. Bradley Corbo doing a good job.
Ball did actually go out for a throw.
So Mochizuki restarts us once again. Of course, Nick Stavroulakis in action today. He missed the NPL New South Wales Grand Final through suspension, so he gets an opportunity. Filling in for Robbie Molesky, who is out injured. And in some other news, which is breaking this morning, Jacob Tratt reportedly signed with the Central Coast Mariners. I don't think that's been confirmed by the club yet, but we can assure you it's happening. And this will be his last game for Sydney United 58. So an opportunity for Tratt. Sydney United try and create something, but Adelaide do well.
I believe the Tratt deal is a one-year deal with a one-year option for the Central Coast Mariners, but that will be announced in the coming days.
Nice work from Kamara, but foul's been given. Sydney United 58 with an early free kick. We mentioned both of these sides minor premiers of their respected NPLs. That's how they booked their place here in the NPL Finals Series. Adelaide City, 65 goals in the league this season. Pretty incredible going forward.
When you look at their number 9, Anthony Costa, 19 goals in 21 games, that's not a bad return. Not a bad return at all. So Sydney United's defence will have to be on their guard against him today.
Of course, Sydney United 58 of Chris Payne as well. 22 goals in the league this year. Pani Nikas 18. So they have some firepower. So expect some goals. Every time I say that, we tend to get a drab 0-0 draw. So hopefully that's not the case.
With these two teams on the pitch, I can't see a 0-0 draw eventuating, but you never know.
So Ryan Veach cleans up for Adelaide City. Of course, Matthew Moore was in goals on grand final day. He's not in the squad today. So Damien Morey changing things up in goal. So Uscock brushed off Costa. Kamara shows his pace again. He tries to pick out a teammate. And Manas will save that comfortably.
It wasn't the best of crosses. Expected that one to be whipped in, but seemed to scuff the shot somewhat when he was putting it through.
Of course, we need to find a winner today. If so, we'll go to extra time and penalties. And goals are so crucial here because not only do you get points for a victory, but in terms of hosting a home semi-final, it comes down to goals scored, goals against. They all matter. And of course, Perth with a 6-1 win overnight, which means they're in the box seat to host a home semi-final, or they've certainly locked one in. Still one available though, and both of these sides with a chance today. Zuzkok tries to pick out Mochizuki. Nice control from him. Of course, Adelaide United fans will know some of the names out there today. Hopefully, Anthony Costa was part of their senior side. Thomas Love, their National Youth League team. Jordan Pudler as well. So a lot of quality amongst their ranks. A lot of young talent coming through. Here's Stavroulakis. Shin, nice layoff. Nikas is going to try it. It's always going over though.
He leant back a bit on that shot and sailed over the bar, but Sydney United obviously at home making most of the running. Adelaide really just that one cross coming in, but not really showing that their best form yet.
And obviously this is something these players are probably not so familiar with. Adelaide City have they've been in the FFA Cup in 2014, but since then that's really the only competition where you have travel and whatnot to contend with these days. So very different to fly to a game, unfamiliar surroundings. It's generally done in a day trip as well, so not ideal preparations, but they look to have settled pretty well so far. Here's Trefiro. And Mochizuki. Trefiro again. Obviously with A-League experience at the Central Coast. In his third stint with Sydney United 58. Now Nikas. Been well marshalled so far from Thomas Love. Well read from Halliday, the captain. Doesn't have a lot of support. Corbo gets chopped down late.
It's been caught by Trapp.
And he'll go into the book. It's Chris Payne. He goes into the book. Ben Abraham, the referee this afternoon, had no hesitation in handing out our first yellow card of the day.
Well, only 8 minutes gone. 6 minutes actually. That could be a bit of a worry for Payne.
He's known to be quite physical in the challenge, as you have to be as a number 9, but certainly doesn't want a yellow card this early in the game. It's Kamara trying to get on the end of this, and he does well to win the throw.
Adelaide's defences look very, very strong. They've set themselves, they're organised. They haven't really been under any threat. They've marshalled the ball in and marshalled any attacks quite well. So they haven't opened up. They've not been adventurous yet. So that's something to look for. Probably the second half is when we're going to see more coming from Adelaide City, I would say.
Of course, fans will be looking for one name in the Adelaide City lineup who is not there this afternoon. It's called Nikola Milajuznic, who has signed with Adelaide United. Signed some weeks ago, but was allowed to finish the regular season and the grand final with Adelaide City, but now must report to Adelaide United for duties. So he's not a part of things this afternoon. He's a big loss for them. City United 58, stringing some passes together. Here's Tratt. It's well blocked though by Acton. And Costa has it. Nice turn from him. Risky from Acton, but it's worked out. As I say that, they turn over possession. Triantis with it. Thought he might pull the trigger. Instead finds Trefiro. Now Shin. Nice interplay with Nikas. Still going Shin. It's nice for Sydney United. It just wouldn't fall for Payne though.
No, it came to his left foot, but came at pace. He wasn't really expecting it, and he was that close to the post. And the keeper, he's just nicked it over the bar and just slightly wide. Great move from City United, but they're not playing with their normal flair and pace at the moment. They're going forward very slowly. They had to wait there for support to come up, but we'll see. Time is young.
Well, I mentioned Milo Jusnic. He scored 15 goals in 22 games this season. It's what earned him an A-League contract. There's a bit of speculation as well that a guy familiar to NPL New South Wales viewers, Danny Choi, he's reportedly been linked with a move to Adelaide United as soon as his residency comes through, which I'm told is a matter of weeks, if not days. So watch this space. Apparently the Wanderers are interested as well, but we will wait and see there because Milo Jusnic is a wide attacker, much like Danny Choi. So,
well, it's about time the likes of Danny Choi got into the A-League. Tremendous player. He can offer a team so much going forward. And also his defensive work is often underrated.
If you haven't seen his goal from the grand final last weekend, well worth a view. Thomas Mannis probably hasn't seen it either.
And it was Thomas Mannis again, of course, that goal in the FFA Cup at Lily Holmes against Blacktown City. What a goal that was.
Corbo does well. Finds Kamara. He doesn't have a lot of support. He'll go back to Corbo now. And Sydney United win it back. Stavroulakis couldn't link up with Payne though. And Blafari will just settle things for his side. Always a bit of nerves in the opening 10 or so minutes. Here is Uzkok. Sydney United 58 have commanded possession for the opening 8 or so minutes, much like last weekend. Statistically commanded things, not so on the scoreline. 3-0 defeat to Blacktown City FC.
Well, that's the important point, isn't it? You can have all the possession in the world, but if there's no end product, you end up on a losing side.
This is nice from Sydney United. Here's Triantis. Send it wide to Mochizuki. Can he pick out a teammate? Well dealt with by Blafari. Now Kamara. He has electric pace. Needs some support though, and he turns it straight over. Well read by Fragoyanis. He's Payne. Again getting physical. Nikas has room to move. Here's Shin. Just wouldn't fall for Trefiro, but they've won a corner.
But Sydney United have got to turn this dominance into goals if they're to get anything. So far, Adelaide sitting back. They're just testing out, see what Sydney United can throw at them. But Shin going over to take the corner. You'd imagine this is going to be a bit of an outswinger. So we'll look at this. Big tall timber going forward, as you expect from the corner, the dead ball. Here we go.
It's the strength of Sydney United 58 is their height at the set piece. Uzkok, Tratt and others sent in. It's a dangerous looking ball. Tratt got clear. Just couldn't direct his header on goal though.
And just the commentator's curse, of course, he puts an in-swinger in. There you go. Can't get them all right.
If you are just joining us wherever you're watching worldwide, here for the PS4 NPL Finals Series, Sydney United 58 and Adelaide United still scoreless, 0-0 early days here at the Sydney United Sports Centre. I mentioned both of these sides pretty comfortable winners of the premiership in their respective leagues, but both earned the week off but couldn't convert into a championship on grand final day. So both with a point to prove, and Trefiro didn't quite read the script there, and it's well cleaned up by Adelaide City. As I say that, they hand it straight back.
The only problem with Adelaide, I was I was going to say the only problem with Adelaide style of players, when they pick up the ball, it is deep inside their own half, so getting out of their half is very, very difficult at the moment.
Here's Nikas. Now Trientis. Of course, no Robbie Molesky this afternoon, injured, so Trefiro playing, meant to be playing more of a wider role, but he will tuck in centrally. Mochizuki obviously pushing forward from his wing-back position as well. As the rain starts to pelt down. Here at the Sydney United Sports Centre. Has been set in throughout the day here in Sydney. Not ideal conditions. It's sent in again from Trapp, but comfortable save for Veach.
The rain will make the artificial surface really quite slippy, so you can expect to see a few of the players going over. Which will appear to be late tackles, but it will just be the slide that they'll get.
Uscott comfortably gathers possession. Stavroulakis with it now. Of course, Sydney United 58, they've been part of the NPL Finals Series before. In 2013, they won it. In fact, Football New South Wales sides have made at least a final on each occasion. It was Blacktown winning it last season, Bonnyrigg making the final in 2014. So a little bit of pressure on Sydney United to maintain that.
Oh, without doubt there is. It lends argument to the fact that many people believe that the New South Wales Premier League is the strongest. The other states out there will want to argue that point, and they want to knock over the New South Wales teams as quickly as they possibly can. But at the moment, it's a matter of Sydney United are very, very dominant.
Mochizuki wins it. He's trying to find a teammate, but it's well done by Halliday. He's fallen to Trantis. His shot was blocked. Now Trapp. We mentioned his last game for Sydney United 58 today. If the reports are true, he's off to the Mariners. Part of Sydney FC last season. Didn't get a lot of opportunity there, so a chance with Paul Ocon and the Mariners next season. Be joined by a former Sutherland Shark teammate as well. Blake Powell made the move there. Here's Trefiro. Nice work from him. Nikas has room to shoot. Pulls the trigger now. Veach makes the save. Again, a danger sign. Pani Nikas looks on today.
Very much so. That was a beautiful move. Great shot, dipping just in front of the keeper, who did exceptionally well to palm that one around the post for a corner. Sydney United getting closer and closer.
So it'll be Nikas to take the set piece. Again, the likes of Tratt and Uscott get forward. Adelaide City do have a relatively undersized back four. Sent into the far post. Tratt wins the header. Fragoyanis gets bundled off it. They eventually get it clear though. Through Pudler. Out for a throw.
Every Adelaide player in and around the box then. No one, not leaving a single striker up front. So even if they win the ball, they're going to find it very, very difficult to break out. It's
a similar scenario we saw in the NPL New South Wales Grand Final last weekend. Blacktown, for much of that first half, hemmed into their own half of the pitch until Danny Choi broke things up with his wonder goal. That's all it takes. If you don't, if you don't put goals in when you're dominating such as they are at the moment, then one breakaway and you're behind. You're chasing the game. The scorers can then sit back again, sit deep, try and keep you out. It's how many times have we seen that happen? We have to make mention as well. Adelaide City defeated in their grand final Campbelltown City, winners of the NPL South Australia by a 1-0. Thomas Strain with the only goal of the match. Joe Mullen led Campbelltown City. Familiar name. Of course, this is a rivalry that extends back to the old NSL days. Adelaide City, one of the dominant sides in that competition's history.
You can bet the two coaches of the respective sides would love to be out there playing again. Damien Murray for Adelaide and Mark Rudin for Sydney United 58. Some terrific memories of both of those guys playing in the old NSL, particularly at this ground.
Chance for Sydney United 58. Trafiro finds Stavroulakis. It's Triantis with him. Put under pressure though by Costa. Trafiro again. Nice work. Thought he might pull the trigger. Instead tried to just tee up Payne. Ball had too much on it though. You can see the steal in that midfield. Nick Stavroulakis, unfortunate to give away the foul. That's what he does bring to this side though.
Well, that's the one thing about Nick Stavroulakis. There's no pretense on who he is and what he is. He's a little midfield general, but he'll bring a little bit of bite to the midfield. He doesn't shirk a tackle.
Taro Shin left his foot in there. Thought he might have caught Pudler. We've just been informed. Our information on Jacob Tratt
was misguided at first. It's the Phoenix.
Yeah, he's gone to the Wellington Phoenix, not the Mariners. So he joins another NPL New South Wales player in Adam Parkhouse. So there you go.
Blake Powell's old club.
Yeah, obviously Dylan Fox as well from the Bonnyrigg White Eagles, and Ernie Merrick and his staff have really shown faith in this competition and the NPL in general to create players and develop players to the A-League level, and it's good to see. Of course, we will mention the results throughout the weekend. Of course, the Super Saturday yesterday with 3 games. The shock result was Edgeworth from the Northern New South Wales NPL. They defeated the Bentley Greens 3-1. The Brisbane Strikers defeated Canberra Olympic 3-2. And the big result in Western Australia, Perth defeated Devonport City by 6-1. So we hold the phone though. Sydney United 58 trying to create again. And obviously the way the competition works, you get bonus points for goals scored. So you'd think Perth will have another, well in fact they will have another home semi-final, but the second one is up for grabs.
I believe the way things are, I think Sydney United have got to win by at least 2 clear goals to have any chance of hosting another home semi.
And the NSL history continues with the winner of this game, because the winner will play the Brisbane Strikers. So another former NSL team doing good things now in the NPL.
Adelaide's starting to show signs of putting up a little bit more fight and trying to break out and actually push Sydney United back a wee bit. But United back on the ball and they're retreating quite rapidly.
Sydney United 58, obviously known that they're attacking best, but failed to get on the sheet last weekend. 3-0 defeat to Blacktown City. Here's Mochizuki. Does well to get to the byline. Can't pick out a teammate though. And Blafari cleans up well. Kamara once again just hands it back. Here's Triantis. Nikas.
Nikas does have that free-ranging role. He's usually better in the middle, but he can drift out to the left or the right, and he's certainly doing that. He's looking and probing for a weak link.
Triantis. Players come together, but it was well won by Thomas Love. Acton switches things to try and find Kamara. No doubt they're trying to isolate him, use his pace. Once again, though, breaks down. Here's Trafiro. Lovely ball from him. Here's Yataro Shin. And Sydney United 58 open the scoring. They've been piling on the pressure, and they now have a result. Yataro Shin makes it 1-0.
And quite rightly deserved there. That was a beautiful little through ball for Shin to run onto. Didn't have to break stride and slipped it past the keeper. What a beautifully worked goal from Sydney United 58.
Great vision as well from Glenn Trefiro. He had a few options, but just picked the run of Shen. And it was Acton. It was caught napping a little bit. Sydney United 58 have the breakthrough.
It's nothing more than they actually deserve for the dominance, the possession, the attacking flair and power that they've shown so far in the game. Adelaide now, what that will cause means that they've got to come out, they've got to push on if they want to get anything from the game and progress further in the competition. That will create space and gaps for Sydney United to exploit.
Here's Manus, hasn't had a lot to do this afternoon. Adelaide City, we do know they can create, they can score goals. I mentioned before, 65 goals scored in their league campaign, so talk about firepower, they certainly have that. Once again, Sydney United search for their second. Stavroulakis has to clean up. Here's Triantis. Just breaks down for Track. Here's Kamara. Just loses his footing at a crucial time. Now Uzcock. Wachizuki being heavily involved. Down this left-hand side. Looking to get a cross in. Blafari will mop up though.
Took a deflection, looked like it was going to out for a corner, but again, Adelaide so far, defended so far back, only put it out for a throw-in the end.
So once again, Sydney United 58, sending the troops forward. They go with the long throw. Hasn't been dealt with. Now they'll get it clear. Anywhere will do.
But the long punt upfield, it's straight back to Sydney United. They've got nobody forward.
We mentioned the history of Adelaide City in the NSL, but also they've created some records since their move back to the NPL South Australia. They're the only team, the first team to knock out an A-League side from the FFA Cup. They did it in the first year, the Western Sydney Wanderers in 2014, so they don't mind the big occasion.
Well, the club has certainly got some pedigree. There's no two ways about that. And what I am noticing about their style of play, it's very similar to their coach as a player. Damien Murray, no-nonsense striker, not really any frills with him, but got the job done. Very single-minded in the way he used to play. When he saw the goal, that was it. He had one thing in mind, and that was to go straight for it. Looking very, very similar for the Adelaide City side. There's certainly no nonsense. There's been no frills yet, but we'll see how they go towards the end of the game.
Nice work from Pudler to clean up. Here's Thomas Love. First chance to see this man this afternoon, Joel Allwright. Been amongst the goals as well as he tries to unlock Kamara. Does well to find him. Kamara's done well to keep it in. Again, Sydney United 58 getting numbers behind the ball well, making it difficult. Kamara fires it in and he wins a corner. So first corner, first set piece this afternoon. It's going to be all right to take. Matt Halliday, the captain, going forward. They go to the far post. It's well won in the air. Nikas will get it clear though. Sanaski's header, well dealt with. Nikas piling on the pressure. He's everywhere so far. Adelaide put it back in the mixer. Manus makes the save though. Read that extremely well.
For a 20-year-old, Manus certainly belies his tender years.
Of course, selected in the NPL New South Wales Team of the Year alongside Chris Payne and Pani Nikas. Tomislav Uzcock as well. Here is Nikas. Just breaks down though.
Would be an interesting competition if if they played these games against your state team of the year, as in picked by the journos and players alike, that would be an interesting scenario.
Yeah, I'll put my hand up for that. I wouldn't mind seeing that.
I suppose it'd be called an all-stars competition, wouldn't it, really?
Certainly would be some quality football. Here's Triantis. Now Stavroulakis. Our goal scorer, Yataro Shin. Has a habit of scoring important goals. Scored the winner of the Waratah Cup final earlier in the year for Sydney United 58. And Mochizuki just overcooks things. And one narrative to come out of the history of these two teams. We mentioned the guys on the touchline this afternoon, Mark Rudin and Damien Morey. Well, Damien Morey's world record goal that stood for 3 years, I think 1996 it was actually from halfway over the head of Mark Rudin against Sydney United 58. So it's a nice little narrative.
Well, it's a great aside, and Frogger is still very, very proud of that one.
I think it's safe to say he's the only one out here this afternoon that has made the Guinness Book of World Records.
That we know of.
Of course, no longer holding that record, but one of the most historic moments of the old NSL. Manus was kept on his toes, though. It was Puddler having a shot.
Because if this was the old NSL game, this ground would be absolutely rammed. I mean, it's an awful day weather-wise, but this ground would have been absolutely rammed for this fixture. And when it was pumping, absolutely pumping. You could feel the vibrations. One of my favourite grounds to come to during the NSL days, without doubt.
Of course, the NPL Grand Finals held in recent weekends and have been well attended. Almost 6,000 at Leichhardt Oval last weekend as Payne tries it. Always going wide, though. The Victorian NPL final as well supported, as was the South Australian NPL. So fans are starting to see the quality that exists in the National Premier Leagues.
There are some fantastic players throughout every single state league in the country, and really there should be more of them absolutely playing in the A-League, and it's just not happening. They're looking overseas to bring players in. It's a shame, because the talent that we're nurturing around Australia is simply fantastic.
Tratt's done well. Bundled all right off the ball. Here's Nikas again in some space. He's allowed to turn. Trafiro got pushed, but play on. I thought Kamara could have won a free kick as well, but once again, Ben Abraham keeping the whistle in his pocket. Halliday certainly working over Trafiro, doing it well. Now Manus. Nikas again. Nice ball from Shin. Payne's knocked down. Can't find a teammate. Has opened up for Mochizuki. He's going to try it. Rebound to Nikas. On the turn is Nikas. It's spilled. And Payne can't put it in.
Two fantastic saves there from Veach. The first from Nikas, turning on a sixpence and firing one in. Parried that one out. Payne following in. Managed to get the block in to put it over the bar. Fantastic bit of goalkeeping.
Well, Chris Payne, the poacher, just couldn't quite make the contact. Credit to the Adelaide City keeper. Very nearly could have been 2-0.
And Mochizuki again going over to take the kick. I did say Shin last time, but expect another in-swinger.
Sitting now. Dangerous looking ball. Oh, Veach comes up with a great save again. So Nikas goes down. It'll be a goal kick. I think the header came from Uzkok.
Certainly did. What a wonderful bit of keeping yet again. He's certainly turning on the style, is Veach.
Of course, not the ideal conditions for goalkeepers this afternoon. Driving rain. Showing his quality there, though.
I think the worst thing for him is the rain's actually heading towards him.
Here's Shin. Now Trapp. Not the ideal cross from him. Now Pudler once again breaks down. Stavroulakis, he's Payne, looking to find a teammate. Now Nikas. Can be deadly from the edge of the area, and probably should have pulled the trigger. Instead, tried to tee in a teammate.
He tried to pick the lock there with the perfect ball, and it was trying to thread the needle. There's no way he was going to get that one through, but it was fantastic vision. Fantastic movement from Sydney United again, you have to say.
Nice work again in midfield by Thomas Love, but our first real look at Anthony Costa this afternoon. He hasn't had a lot of support going forward. His touch was just a little bit too heavy. Well read there by All Right. Now Payne has it back.
You would think that if Adelaide City do push on, then another goal for Sydney United, and you could see the floodgates really opening, and that's no pun on the weather.
Well, he's given a penalty here, I think, Ben Abraham. He certainly has. The ideal chance to extend their lead. It was a push off the ball as Payne made his run forward. A yellow card shown as well. And a huge chance for Sydney United 58 to double the margin. Pani Nikas about to take the penalty. And it was Bradley Corbo, the man shown the yellow card. So this is huge for Sydney United 58. Nikas up against Veach. He's made some great saves already this afternoon. Here is Nikas, and he does score. Ice cool from the spot.
Never in
2-0
doubt,
to Sydney United 58. And Adelaide City have a job to do now.
FC scored by number 33, Pani Nikas. Sydney United FC lead Adelaide City FC now 2-0.
And Brocky, it did catch us by surprise. It was an off-the-ball incident. Abraham had no hesitation in pointing to the spot.
Well, it was the correct decision. Payne ended up on his backside inside the area with the ball being played out wide. So it has to be given. A foul is a foul, and that's really now put Adelaide City under the pump. They've really, really, really got to redouble their efforts to get out of their own half and create something in the opposition's field of play. They're just not doing it at the moment. But again, that will catch them out because Nikas can unlock any defence with a simple pass or a little dink over the top.
Yeah, clash of heads out there as well. Anthony Costa has stayed down, coming together with Tomislav Uzkok, who's also just feeling a little worse for wear. We hope Costa's okay. Obviously, cold day like today, it's probably going to sting a little bit more, but he's to his feet now. He's so crucial to what Adelaide City do as well, so looks to be okay though.
Whilst they're attending to the players, going back slightly to perhaps an all-star state league competition with the team of the year. What do you think they would call that? Would it be a State Your Team Cup? Something along those lines?
I'm not bothered what they call it as long as it happens.
I think it would certainly be an interesting comp.
I think it's a good concept, but we'll wait and see. Here is Acton. Now Kamara. Nice work from Adelaide City, but again breaking down. Sanaski's ball, well cut out. Here's Chris Payne. He wins the free kick though. It was Costa just dragging him back. Anyone that's seen any National Premier League's football, whatever the competition or whatever the state, there seems to be late drama wherever you look, so don't discount things. 2-0, not insurmountable.
Well, of course, Sydney United were actually 2-0 up against Blacktown and ended up losing that 1-6-2 in the FFA
Nikas
Cup.
tries the audacious on the turn. Sorry to cut you off, Brocky, but
No, there was some action there. But Nikas unlucky with that cheeky little flick over his head. But no, you can't write any team out. 2-0, probably the worst scoreline in football to try and defend.
Well, we don't have to tell Adelaide City coach Damien Murray about that. Of course, he was part of the squad in that night against Iran, the famous night for the Socceroos.
Yes, we're not going to delve into that one, mate.
Well won by Mochizuki, putting the head on the line. Now Trefiro. Here is Shin. He's found Trapp overlapping. Trapp just dealt too long on the ball. Kamara did well to take it off him. And free kick and a card coming as well to Jacob Trapp. So it compounds his error. He goes into the book. Of course, if you are just joining us, Sydney United 58 enjoy a 2-0 lead. Goals to Yataro Shin and a penalty to Pani Nikas. Of course, some news emerging only a few hours ago. Jacob Trapp is off to the Wellington Phoenix. This will be his last game for Sydney United 58.
The feeling is it's on a one-year deal with an option of another year.
Here's Trefiro. Great vision from him again. It's opened up once again for Nikas, and he puts it wide. And the flag was up anyway.
Flag was up, but I thought the keeper got a touch on that. I thought it was another great save by Veach. No replays here for us to be able to confirm that, but I thought Veach did exceptionally well there. I definitely believe he got some part of his body on that and put it wide. Never mind the offside.
Very nearly could have been 3-0. They have their keeper to thank. And Glenn Trefiro, he has it on a string at the moment, and we mentioned the NPL Finals Series. Sydney United 58 took it out in 2013, and the man of the match in the final was that man, Glenn Trefiro, taking out the John Cosmina medal. And in the 3 times it's been handed out, it has always gone to a player from a Football New South Wales club. Here's Mochizuki. Sends it to the far post. Well done from Acton. Anywhere will do. Here's Costa. Nice control from him. Thought he was dragged back by Uzkok. Could have got a free kick. Chance for Sydney United to hit on the counter. Nikas. He's going to pull the trigger. Adelaide will get it clear though. Here's Pudler. The touch was heavy from all right. Well, Sinaski's pass is under hit. Kamara didn't read it. Nikas and Trefiro just playing a little game amongst themselves. Here's Trefiro once more.
Sydney United fans now starting to get behind it and singing Ole with every single ball that's passed.
Here's Stavroulakis, forced to go back to Manis. Manis will just settle things. So around 5 minutes remaining here in the first half. Well done by Blafari. Nods it back to Veach.
The rain is pelting down heavier than ever today.
Here's Blafari. Now Halliday. And they'll win a free kick, Adelaide City. Stavroulakis just clattering into Pudler, I think it is.
You find it was Payne, and he's got to be very, very careful. He's already on a yellow. Got to tread very, very carefully as Payne.
In fact, it was Sinaski, the man clipped. Just trying to shake off the knock. Looks to be okay, though. Blafari switches things to Acton. It's Puddler. Halliday goes long. Kamara rode the challenge well, but again, his touch was a little bit too heavy. Here's Triantis. Dummy was from Nikas, but broke down again. Nikas has it back, though. Now Trefiro. Now Shin. Trying to pick out a teammate. All cleaned up in the end, though, by Sinaski. Now Puddler. Just can't link up with Costa. It's been a frustrating opening 45 for him. Hope you're enjoying the coverage wherever you are watching. We are going worldwide, of course, on YouTube, but also through the PlayStation Network. City United 58 enjoy 2-0 lead. Here's Shin. Well done from Kamara. He's given away a free kick, though. Just the talking to, I think, from Abraham to Kamara. Card will stay in the pocket. Now Stavroulakis. Fragogiannis. Inclusion of Stavroulakis today, you do see they do look a lot more dominant in the middle of the park. Well, wait a minute, it's opened up. Here's a chance for Allright, and he's pulled a goal back. Just like that. Against the run of play, Adelaide City are on the board, and it's 2-1.
Right on the stroke of half-time.
Well, he summed it up very early on.
It did look to be in an offside position, but as the ball's come back off of a Sydney United player, it should have played him back onside. He wasn't waiting for any whistle or a flag. He just got his head down and went for it, put it in the back of the net. The goal stands. 2-1. Adelaide have pulled it back. Gives them a little bit of hope as they go into the sheds very, very shortly.
Well, Sydney United 58 players aren't happy with the decision, but it counts. The flag was down, and Allright pounced. 2-1. And the game just changes slightly. It's their first real chance at goal, it has to be said. But they've taken it, and that's all that matters.
That's always the problem. 2 minutes of stoppage to be played.
I think I was actually just saying how short their midfield was this afternoon with the inclusion of Stavroulakis. And just as I say it, presents a chance to Allright. And Adelaide City are back on the attack. Here's Costa. Straight into the path of Shin, though. Here's Nikas. Horrendous conditions this afternoon here at the Sydney United Sports Centre. Driving rain. As I mentioned earlier, won't have too much of an impact on the surface, an artificial surface here.
Just make it that bit skiddier.
We are into added time in the first half. Sydney United 58. Strike back. Here's Shin. He's done well. Getting past Acton. Well read, though, from Halliday. Snuffed out the danger. And they'll get a free kick. And another yellow card. This time, Yanni Fragogiannis. Pulling back Costa. So you can sense a little bit of frustration starting to come into Sydney United 58's game.
That goal has certainly fired up the home side. There's no two ways about that. They were livid with the decision. You'd have to say that Maury is probably going to be the happier coach, even being 2-1 down going into the sheds, because his side has pulled one back.
It certainly has been, obviously, with a goal, but even prior to that, they did look to be enjoying probably their best spell of the game. Here's Puddler. Corbo. Now Costa with it. In fact, it's Allright, the goal scorer. Trefiro did well, though, to win it back. Now Shin. He's got Kamara tracking him down. Now Trefiro. Loves to run at defenders. Just trying to be a little bit too cute though with the outside of the foot. Adelaide City will clean up. Corbo sends it long, and that is it for the opening 45. Again, City United 58 fans and players not happy with that decision, but it does count. And we have a game here at the City United Sports Centre. 2 goals started things well for City United 58. Yataro Shin and a penalty from Pani Nikas, but almost on the stroke of half-time. A goal from Joel Allright has put Adelaide City back in it. And at half-time, it's City United 58-2, Adelaide City 1.
I'm here today at Blacktown City FC, a very famous club in Sydney's west, one of the best in Sydney, and they're actually the PS4 NPL national champions. And they've seen guys like Matty Ryan and Bernie Abini come through these gates of late and play here. And I'm here to catch up with a young star by the name of Jono Grozdanovski. He's one of these guys coming through right now at this famous club, and he's one of our ones to watch. Now Jono, he's a great striker, scores goals for fun, and in his spare time, which he doesn't have a lot of, he's actually a personal trainer. So let's go and meet Jono and find out why he's one of the ones to watch and why he could just end up being one of these 24 at the end of the year who might be in with a chance of winning the PS4 Player Pathway Award. Hey Jono, tell us about your football path so far.
Well, started playing age of 5, just locally Uganda Lions Club. Played there until I was about 10 years old. Under 13s and 14s signed for Bankstown City, so first years of Premier League, which was something different. After 14s I left, I went to Marconi under 15s and 16s. Then Blacktown 18s first year, and then last year 20s we ended up coming first, won a grand final. It's a great year.
Who would you say has helped you the most? By the sounds of it, when you're moving clubs a little bit as a kid, I'd say the parents have helped out a fair bit with being the taxi. But
parents, of course, all the travel, all the hard yards they put in and everything, can't thank them enough.
26 goals last season, is that the return?
That was.
That's a goal a game.
I'd say I'd have to thank my team for that. The amount of times they'd set me up and helped me out there. You know, I did the easy part, really putting it in the back of the net. I think after halfway through the season I had 16 in 11 games.
So you lightened off in the second half, you bludged.
Yeah, so I'd take it easy a bit in the league.
In your spare time you do what?
Do personal training. I've actually had people tell me and thank me for 20 minutes straight. John, I can't thank you enough. You know, it's a wonderful achievement, and that's the biggest sort of satisfaction for me, just helping people make a change.
What are your goals in football?
Be getting to a national stage. A-League is where I want to be at.
What role do you reckon a competition like the FFA Cup, the role that plays in bridging the gap between the PS4 NPL and the A-League?
It's a great opportunity to come up against the A-League teams. You know, like clubs like us, like Blacktown, I think we thrive to verse A-League clubs. We want to see where their competition's at, how we'll go against them.
Now let's go 5 months down the line. You win the PS4 Player Pathway Award at the end of September. What would it mean for you?
Obviously it'd be a great achievement, wonderful, you know, like get that one step further where I always want to be and just try to keep obviously progressing, because in football I guess you're always learning, you never know everything about football, so once I get to where I am, I just want to keep on pushing further and further and further and go until there is really nowhere to go.
Now picture this one day, turn on the PlayStation, load up FIFA, you get to choose your players, and you're one of those players that you can choose. That'd be pretty cool, huh? To be on FIFA.
It'd be crazy. I'd say that'd be a dream come true, to be honest. To be on a FIFA game, it'd be crazy.
As long as I spelt your name right.
Yeah, as long as I spelled it right.
I'm here today at Martin Sports Complex, home of Adelaide Blue Eagles, who play in the South Australian version of the PS4 NPL competition for our Ones to Watch series, thanks to PS4. Now, let's face it, throughout time, and especially recent memory as well, Australia has produced some very, very good goalkeepers. Mark Bosnich, Mark Schwarzer, Zelko Kalic, to name just three. Well, the gentleman behind me, he's a player on the rise. Michael Catford, he's coming back from an ACL injury. He's showing so much talent, it's not funny. Let's find out why he's one to watch. Michael, tell us about your football grounding and where you are at the moment with it.
When I was younger, I think it was reception, all the boys in my class who all wanted to play football together, so sort of joined Ingle Farm Football Club under sixes, and yeah, became a goalkeeper that year and just been playing football ever since.
So here's the thing with goalkeeper, not a lot of kids want to do it,
No.
especially under sixes, under sevens, under eights, because they all want to score goals. What made you want to go back there, and did you volunteer?
Oh, originally I did. I remember off season we did indoor soccer, and I went in goals and had a blinder, and ever since then just love the feeling of saving goals.
When did you realise that you actually not just enjoy doing it, but you're actually pretty good at it?
Under 12s, under 13s, got picked for a few district teams, and a couple people said, you know, like, you're not too bad at soccer, so sort of, yeah, thought I'd take it a bit further and try out for some good teams and really put all my effort into it.
The role of the goalkeeper's changed a little bit in the last 20 years. Obviously, you not only have to be a good shot stopper, which I'm sure you are, but you have to be really good with your feet. Have you found that as well, that adjustment?
That's definitely challenging, playing with your feet. In training we do a lot of kicking and passing exercises, because that's a really big part of being a goalkeeper now.
What about this club, what it means to you, and tell us about your history at this club, why you came here, and yeah, what it means to you.
So I came here under 15s and sort of got under the wing of a goalkeeper called Gino Di Lucia. With his help, sort of went straight to the first team, and I was playing at senior level at the age of 16. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah.
How was that experience?
Oh, it was nerve-wracking to start off with, but yeah, I got used to it and got my confidence up and started playing well.
Tell us about the injury, mate. It wasn't all plain sailing when you come into the first team. You picked up a pretty serious injury.
Yeah, it was the year after I sort of came into the first team. I was the #1 goalkeeper and played a few games and did well, but unfortunately during training I tore my ACL. One of my players, he's sort of done a bit of a dummy, shook me around in goals, and I've stepped and my foot's stuck and I've just twisted my knee, and I didn't at the time think I'd done it, but yeah, soon found out how serious it all was. You realise you can't play, and especially when I had the surgery, the knee reconstruction, you can't play sport, and it's just a bit heartbreaking.
So what'd you do? Fill in the time?
Oh, a lot of FIFA. get my tactics up on the PlayStation.
What do you want to do with football? Where do you want to be?
Oh look, I'd love to go as far as I can, really. I've always had dreams of playing in the Premier League overseas, so.
You've had a little taste of overseas football. You went overseas to do some trials not that long ago. How was that experience?
No, that was great. Went to Italy for a few weeks, trained with a few clubs, and it was great to see what football is like over there. It's so professional, and yeah, the quality of footballers over there is fantastic. So,
with the PS4 Player Pathway Award, do you reckon that, as well as the FFA Cup, is helping bridge the gap between NPL level and also A-League level, like helping a lot of players at this level get noticed?
Definitely, absolutely. Being able to play with the big clubs in the FFA Cup just really sort of...
It's an incentive.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, just to keep working like it's not that far away, you know what I mean?
What about if you won the PS4 Player Pathway Award? You get the chance to trial with Sydney FC, the youth team. Ever allowed yourself to think about that?
Yeah, changed my life, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's about one day that FIFA that you were playing relentlessly when you were injured, you ended up on FIFA?
Yeah, I've thought about that before.
What team would you be on?
Oh, definitely Chelsea.
There you go, I thought so.
Yeah.
Couldn't help yourself. I'm here today at Marden Sports Complex, home of Adelaide Blue Eagles, who play in the South Australian version.
Yes, hello, welcome back to the Sydney United Sports Centre, the NPL Finals Series, Sydney United 58 taking on Adelaide City. And at half-time, Sydney United enjoy a 2-1 lead. The goal in the closing minutes of the first half by Joel Allwright has brought Adelaide City back into the contest. They did trail 2-0. Now 2-1. Mickey Brock, Football New South Wales journalist alongside me. How do you see the opening 45?
Very, very dominant Sydney United 58. There can be no argument about that. Plenty of debate about the goal being pulled back towards the end there, just as we approached half-time. Was it offside? Wasn't it offside? Major consensus of opinion, according to messages coming in. Yes, it was offside, but from where we were, it looked very much like Sydney United played it back.
We are underway. Sydney United do the honours as Fregoyanis sends it long. Acton will clean up for Adelaide City. Nikas wins it well. Of course, the winner of this game plays the Brisbane Strikers. Almost opened up for Payne again. Halliday will clear for Adelaide. Now Nikas. Gets bundled over by Costa. Free kick in a dangerous area.
Realistically, that's about the first thing Costa has actually done in the match that has actually been noteworthy for the player. Unfortunately, he's really not got into this game at all. But Adelaide has sent him way too far back.
And this is Pani Nikas territory. Doesn't mind scoring from this range at the set piece, although the angle isn't a great one for the right footer. Mochizuki's over the ball as well. Like Nikas is going to have the honours though. Adelaide City going with a 3-man wall. Already got one goal from the penalty spot this afternoon. Pani Nikas. Can he add another? Here is Nikas. Oh, I tell you what, it was swerving around. Veach made another good save. Danger still not over. Whipped in again. Lafari got it clear. Handed back though. Now Acton. Looks to have come off Nikas. Should be an Adelaide throw, and it is.
Well, Veach is certainly making a name for himself. That was a superb strike from Nikas, going up there one-handed to punch the ball to safety. Could have gone anywhere, but he's got it out wide. Fantastic performance by the keeper, even though he's conceded twice.
Well, we had a pretty good angle on it. It was swirling around, and he did well to make the save. Here's Nikas again. All right, bearing down on him. He's forced to go back to trap. Veach reads it well again. Here's Pudler. And Costa once again. Well marshalled by Trapp. In fact, it was Uzcock. Here's Blafari. Pudler's ball forces Halliday to do a little bit of cleaning up. Now Veach goes long. No surprise given they did get the goal, but closing stages of the first half were certainly the best of what we've seen from Adelaide City so far. Tough job for them, of course, travelling interstate. Not the most comfortable thing to do. As I said earlier, generally done in a day trip. So they go long once again. Acton trying to get on the end of things. Halliday's ball was a little bit too heavy.
That's the thing with the amount of rain that's gone onto this pitch. It is getting skiddy, the ball, when it comes down on the artificial surface. So you've got to be just that little bit more careful when you're playing the ball forward. Any extra little bit of pace, and it's just going to skid on.
Of course, this ground going to be busy this week. Another date on Wednesday night. FFA Cup, Blacktown City FC taking on Sydney FC. FFA Cup quarter final, of course, will be held here. Here's Pudler. Gets it back from Love. Thought he might pull the trigger. This is good from Adelaide City. They look more settled after half-time. course, two very experienced coaches in Damien Maury and Mark Rudan. Both have been spoken about as A-League prospects to take the step up the managerial ladder.
There are some unsubstantiated rumours going around that this could well be Mark Rudan's last game at Sydney United. Might be looking for a little bit of time out, but that is totally unsubstantiated. We'll wait and see what happens there, but whatever Rudes decides to do in the future, if that is the case, then they'll always have the backing of most of us here in New South Wales and probably around Australia as well.
Well, Veach was just put under a little bit of pressure. Did it well. Fragoyanis cleans up for Sydney United 58. And Stavroulakis puts the ball out. And Uzcock is down. And hope you're enjoying this one wherever you are watching. We are going worldwide on YouTube. Also able to watch on your PS4. If you are just joining us, Sydney United 58 in the advantage. They lead by 2-1. First half goals to Yataro Shinnon and Pani Nikas. Of course, Joel Allwright pulling the goal back on the stroke of half time.
Uzcock will be substituted.
Looks like he's pointing to a calf or perhaps an Achilles. Some of these knocks, obviously, on a cold day like today. It's just that little bit more impactful. It looks like Chris Vlismas is going to come on, so more or less a like for like.
Good experience for the youngster. But a shame for Uzcock. Been playing very, very well at the back.
Yeah, Uzcock, of course, joined mid-season, released from the Central Coast Mariners and joined up with Sydney United 58. He's someone that wants to have another opportunity in the A-League, trying to get into that shop window again, and has been a pretty impressive season. Man of the match in the Waratah Cup final, and as I said earlier, NPL Team of the Year as well. Shame for him. But
he has had a stellar season this year, and shame to see him limping off the pitch. Getting a good round of applause from the Sydney United faithful.
Don't know that he's too happy in being subbed out, but noticeable limp, so probably the right decision.
Because what it does mean is Sydney United 58 are going to lose that little bit of extra tall timber at the back. Vlismas isn't quite the same size.
Well, we know Yanni Fragoyanis is very experienced, but although he's been playing more or less as a central defender this year, he's before that been more known as a wide defender.
He usually played at right back, but Vlismas has got into that position.
Driving rain continues, does not look like stopping anytime soon. Pretty dismal day here in Sydney. Of course, Perth winning 6-1 last night. They have shored up a semi-final, or home semi-final. There's another one up for grabs. Taking on the Brisbane Strikers, the winner. At the moment, though, courtesy of their 3-2 win, Brisbane, courtesy of Goals 4, will host that semi-final. But things can change. It is an interesting formula they use to sort out those hosting rights. Yellow cards come into it.
There's been a number of those today.
Sydney United, obviously, they've got quite a few already, so that may come to bite them. But they have the lead for the moment. Strafiro wins out. Now Payne with it. Here's Strafiro again. Nice vision, in fact. Poor ball. Now Thomas Love with it for Adelaide. Looks up and doesn't have a lot of support, and that is the end result. Turns it straight over. Nikas. Trefiro. Now Triantis. Here's Shin. Nice work from Vizmas before that. Referee just dropped his yellow card there, going back to pick it up. In fact, it's a shin pad. There you go, we are quite a way away. We play on anyway. Throw in taken. And we'll go to Adelaide City. Well, we mentioned Adelaide City were the runaway premiers in the South Australian NPL. Fell in the grand final, though, to Campbelltown City. And obviously a bitter blow, but compounded by the fact they beat Campbelltown City twice before getting there. So,
strange quirk of fate when it comes to football.
Well, major semi-final was played across 2 legs to see who would go first in the grand final. Adelaide City won both of those games. But nothing assured on grand final day. Campbelltown City getting the job done.
Sydney United just looking a little bit sloppy with the passing at the moment.
Here is Nikas. He's got room to move. Can only fire into the backside of Yataro Shin. Flag is up anyway. Got to commend the crowd for coming out this afternoon. Driving rain here in Sydney. Not ideal conditions. Good to be watching on YouTube or the PlayStation, whatever, or however you're finding us this afternoon.
Some hardy souls out here at Adensa Park. They come out through thick and thin to see the boys play.
And Chavapi helps as well. He's Pudler.
Certainly does.
It's a brilliant ball into the area. Trat had to make a good header. Clearing header. Now Shin. Well, certainly danger signs there. Costa had snuck in behind. Now Mochizuki. Patient build up by Sydney United 58. Not a lot of pressure placed on them at the moment by Adelaide. As I say that, Love makes Trefiro work. Halliday sends it straight back. Poor clearance from him. Here's Nikas. Going to try the bicycle. Oh, what a goal from Paddy Nikas.
What a goal.
Week in, week out, Paddy Nikas turns on the spectacular, and he's done it yet again. Sydney United 58 lead by 3-1. And it is that man, Paddy Nikas. Has he? He has a double.
Very well taken. When he first lobbed the ball up, you thought with 2 defenders coming in to close him down. At the moment had gone, but the overhead kick straight into the back of the net, into the ground, bounced over the keeper, Vetch. What a fantastic goal. This is why Paddy Nikas is spoken about in such high regard by so many in the game. What a player, what a goal.
Well, it looked like it was almost in slow motion. Sized up the bicycle. I said earlier he doesn't mind the audacious, and once again he has turned it on. 3-1. Once again, Adelaide City need to come up with a response.
Well, again, the ball came from being given away by Adelaide City, trying to get out from deep inside their own, inside their box, actually.
Now Vlismas. Sydney United 58, growing from strength to strength. Confidence growing with every goal.
That certainly perked up the home side. They're looking sharper, quicker to the ball.
Now Shin drives it in, but overcooked. That'll be a goal kick.
Beginning to look like Sydney United are really, really wanting this game more. That's taking nothing away from Adelaide. They're under the pump. They're just not finding any answers to get themselves out of the hole that they're finding themselves in.
Well, I thought Adelaide City were probably on top after half-time. They certainly looked a lot more sprightly, but once again, a moment of brilliance. Sometimes all it takes, and once again, it's that man, Pani Nikas. And I know I've been saying it all season, but it's probably about time A-League clubs took another look at him. He's been doing it all year. Great long ball. Once again, here's a chance for Adelaide, and they've got a goal back.
Another cracking goal.
I think it's all right again.
Beautiful left foot finish.
Well, we mentioned he's a talent. And Adelaide City fire straight back. And it is 3-2, and it is that man, Joel Allwright. He has a double as well, and if we want to talk up Paddy Nikas, we've got to talk up that man.
He certainly knows where the goal is, doesn't he?
2 half chances. He has buried both. And it is game on yet again.
The 2-goal lead lasted less than 2 minutes. Fantastic bit of football.
Well, they're not going to go away, Adelaide City. And they've fought hard to get here. Puddler does well. Here's Triantis. Of course, if we don't have a winner, we go to extra time and penalties. Here's Trefiro. Now Yataro Shin. Lizmas. Triantis. Nice cushion from Nikas. Mochizuki. He'll win the throw. Well, we were talking up the credentials of Pani Nikas, and perhaps he deserves another opportunity at the top level, but Joel Allwright has been talked about for Adelaide City. He's lit up the competition this season.
He's certainly done nothing to dampen his prospects. There were 2 fantastic finishes from him when the opportunities came. When you've been out of the game, you've been kept quiet in the game for such long periods. To take those 2, that's what you want from a striker.
Well, Allwright, of course, has spent some time with Adelaide United in their youth league team. And we do see often players get opportunities at youth level and get sent back to the NPL, but obviously players develop different ages, and we've already seen Costa's done well. It's promising again. Puddler trying to work onto that right foot. Here is Puddler, and Manis made a good save again.
Another player who's been out of the game for basically since the start. Really has had very, very little to do, but a fantastic save down to his left. Good movement off on the ball by the striker. Fantastic shot, placed it low, as he should do on a skiddy day like this. Fantastic shot, fantastic save.
Well, Adelaide City are on top at the moment. Can they find an equaliser? It's a dangerous ball. Kamara was on the scene. Sydney United 58. They have been dominant for long periods, but are up against it. Nice touch from Vlismas. He's settled nicely into this game since coming on. Well marshalled though by Kamara. Acton almost got in his way, and possession's turned over to Sydney United 58. Mochizuki's ball is dangerous, but Veach makes a good save.
Again, unforced error from Adelaide City to give the ball straight back to Sydney United for the throw-in.
Here's Payne. Now Yataro Shin trying to work onto that left boot. Finds Payne again. Veach just lets it go. It's actually a corner. So it took a deflection on the way through. Of course, Anthony Costa, looking for another opportunity at that A-League level. Spent some time with Adelaide United as well. Jordan Puddler, another that's represented Australia at under 16 level. So plenty of quality out there. Chance though for Sydney United 58. It's a dangerous looking ball again. I think it was Costa getting back and heading on. And whipped in. Is that Fragoyanis? He's always going over though. We are going to get another change for Adelaide City. Thomas Love is going to make way. And it's going to be Lewis Farquhar. So first change for Adelaide City, confirmation of that. Thomas Love checking out. Lewis Farquhar coming into the game. I thought Costa could have got a free kick. He'll get one now. Trap all over the back. He has to be careful, of course, on a yellow card. Puddler sends it long. Can't link up with Farquhar. Triantis. Fragoyanis. Oswald to pick out Shin. Nice control from him. That's a lovely ball over the top. May open up for Payne. Try to pick out a teammate, but probably should have just pulled the trigger.
The angle was closed down with the defender there. Made it too tight. Tried to put it back for Nikas, and ball ended up in no man's land.
Vlismas. Nikas has stolen in. Acton will get it clear. Kamara. He's been busy this afternoon. Hasn't had a lot of opportunities to really do anything of note going forward, but certainly been in the thick of things. Has been amongst the goals in recent weeks as well. Here's Trefiro. Stavroulakis. Thought for a second he was going to try something from long range, but just settles into Vlismas. Here's Vlismas again. Well done from Acton. Now a chance to break. Long ball from Puddler, trying to find Costa. Oh, it has opened up for him. This is a great chance for Adelaide City. Manis made the save, and he will concede the corner. Great keeping again by Manis.
Very brave keeping down at the feet of Costa. There was always the possibility that the referee could have waved the penalty spot there, but he saw that he didn't touch the player. He got the ball. Fantastic bit of goalkeeping and a fantastic break from Costa that time.
Chance, though, at the set piece. It's a dangerous one again. Nikas heading away for Sydney United 58. Of course, Manis unheralded coming into the season. Oh, that's a goal. They've answered straight back. 3-3. And Adelaide City, it's the captain, Matt Halliday. The cross came in from all right again. And Matt Halliday makes it 3-3, and it is game on.
Well, we said at the start of the call that thought Adelaide would come out and fight in the second half, and they've certainly done that. But to pull back a 2-goal deficit, they've done exceptionally well. First half, it was all Sydney United. There's no two ways about it. But Adelaide City have come back into this game playing quite well, but skipping on the break.
Well, there were a host of bodies on the scene. We are going to get a change for Sydney United 58. The second of the match, it's going to be Peter Triantis to make way. Matthew Bilic to come on.
Number 18, Matthew Bilic. Replacing number 8, Peter Triantis.
They did enjoy a 2-0 lead at one point in this match We are locked at 3-3. Strap yourselves in. We are in for some finish here this afternoon. Full credit to Adelaide City fighting their way back into this game. They didn't drop their heads when they conceded. And credit their captain, Matt Halliday. There were a host of Sydney United 58 defenders in the box, but a little bit more want from him. Beat them to the ball, and Manus was beaten.
I've got to say with Adelaide City, the 3 goals, one the disputed offside decision, wasn't offside if the player keeps going, there's no whistle, no flag, and 2 breakaway goals. Played it exceptionally well.
Here is all right. He has been the architect with a double. As I say that, his pass is under hit. Farquhar. Bounce just doesn't fall his way. Now Tratt. They do look a little bit rattled, Sydney United 58. Never really been in cruise control, but passes aren't starting to hit, and Adelaide City growing in confidence. Sanaski. He's all right. Sanaski again. Some room to move in the middle of the park. Pudler just can't quite find Costa. He has been busy, that man. Jordan Pudler. Nikas. Looking at the context of this game, Sydney United 58 already made 2 changes. We look at their options on the bench. Nikola Taneski is one who we expect to see at some point. Does make a late cameo in most matches. Some attacking options on the bench as well. For Adelaide City, it's a dangerous ball again in from Tratt. Once again, Veach did well. Very evenly poised, this one. Stavroulakis read it well, but the whistle's blown. It was handball.
You've got to give Adelaide City some credit here because on the evidence of the first half, there was no way you could see them coming back into this game, especially conceding and being 2 goals behind again, but they have done. It's been a fantastic fight back, and it's been some quality goals. There's some great talent on show.
Well read by Fragogiannis. All right, can't steal in. I think the evidence in this second half is Joel Allwright has pushed a little further forward, providing some support for Anthony Costa. Certainly created more opportunities than they did in the first, and that midfield battle is now become more of a dogfight. Sydney United 58 did have it their own way for much of that first half. Looked in by Bilic. It's a great ball in, and Chris Payne fires his header wide.
Should have done so much better. That was a perfect ball whipped in from that left-hand side. Payne just needed to glance it and just put it wide of the post. Should have been 4-3 Sydney United.
Well, it's not often you get a chance like that in the 6-yard box, and can't say too much bad about Chris Payne. He scored most of those this season, but not on that occasion. See his frustration as well. He knows it's a great chance. Costa just can't meet the flick on. Here's Pudler. Good ball from him. Farquhar wins the throw. There'll be some nervous fans watching on in Adelaide. Hope you are enjoying it wherever you're watching. Furthest the South Australian side has gone in this competition has been the semi-finals, so with victory here they'll of course equal that. Of course, Sydney United 58 has won this competition. Has gone to Football New South Wales sides 2 out of 3 occasions. The Metro Stars won it in 2014. defeating Bonnyrigg. Bilic sends it in. And overcooks it. It'll be a goal kick. Of course, we haven't mentioned it this afternoon, but what they're all playing for, of course, is the title of NPL champions, but also a guaranteed FFA Cup spot.
Well, there's plenty riding on the winner of the competition, isn't there? And it's a great carrot that you can dangle in front of the State League sides.
Of course, Brisbane Strikers await the winner. Edgeworth to play Perth SC in their semi-final. Edgeworth off to Perth next week. Here's Nikas. Trying to change this game again. And he's given away a foul.
I thought with this weather the players would want to get the game done and dusted, and at the moment at 3-3, extra time in this sort of rain, it's not a prospect that they'd be relishing, I wouldn't have thought.
Well, that's something we've got to question too, because Sydney United 58, of course, played extra time on this ground about a fortnight ago in their major semi-final against Bonnyrigg. So I don't know how much is in the tank. As Shin just gets pulled back, Trefiro, and he'll win a free kick.
It's a good advantage played there by Ben Abram, and when it broke down, he's pulled it back for the free kick on Shin. Good refereeing.
Well, some debate last weekend in their grand final defeat to Blacktown that perhaps maybe that Bonnyrigg game took a little bit out of Sydney United emotionally and physically. Obviously a rivalry there with Bonnyrigg.
Of course, you could almost throw a stone to Bonnyrigg's ground from Edensor Park. So very near neighbours, very, very fierce rivals.
Chance though at the set piece for Nikas. He's come close already this afternoon. Nikas drives it in. Oh, he's found the top corner yet again.
What a hat trick.
It's a hat trick for Pani Nikas. And I've run out of superlatives for that man. He has turned it on yet again, and he finds the top corner. It's the Pani Nikas show. And City United 58 lead 4-3.
From that angle, you thought, without doubt, the ball was going to go into the mix and hope for the big tall timber to get in there and put their head on it, but put it right up where the Spiders live, clear the cobwebs out of that corner of the goal. What a fantastic free kick. What a player Pani Nikas is. Why isn't he playing A-League?
Well, he's got quite the resume this afternoon. A penalty, a bicycle, and now a free kick in the top corner. And Sydney United 58 have the lead back. They lead by 4-3. And once again, Adelaide City have to respond. They've been gallant, fighting back from 2-0 down to make it 3-3. They trail once again.
United's problem now will be if they try to push on too hard and leave themselves open to that counter-attack where we've seen Adelaide City are devastating.
Here's Fragoyanis. Now Shin. Some tired bodies out there in the midfield of Adelaide. Starting to struggle a little bit, tracking back. Of course, both sides had pretty packed schedules this year in League and Cup. Thought Shin had given away a free kick there, but he retains possession. Now Trefiro. Shin again. Nikas. Trying to find a teammate. Can't quite find Trefiro. Farquhar read it well. As I say that, he hands it straight over. Stavroulakis. It's good press from Adelaide. Halliday cuts it out. Now he'll send it long. Nice control from Costa. Thought he could have got a free kick. Lizmas tugging of the shirt. Now Nikas. Trefiro. Well read from Halliday. Referee playing advantage. Nikas was tugging the shirt. And around 5 minutes remaining.
Around about 10.
10 minutes remaining. The hand signals letting me down. Here's Nikas. Oh, thought he'd set Payne clear, but Halliday cleared it well. Here's Trefiro. Nice turn from him. Nikas again. Been in everything this afternoon. Not much more he can do. Already has a hat-trick. Well read by Falosi. In fact, it was Blafari, sorry. Nice skill from him, but unfortunately concedes the throw.
Well, City certainly haven't laid down. They're not rolling over yet, but it's a big ask to come back yet again.
Here's Manus. Acton read it well. Can't direct his header, though, to a teammate. Once again, Nikas is in space. Here's Bilic. Driving forward. Goes down in the area. He's given a free kick. I thought that was inside. Card comes out. It's a second yellow.
Gone.
So they are down to 10. I think it's Corbo who's been sent off. We'll await confirmation of that. It's a free kick. Pani Nikas on the ball. Try and pick up the number. It's gone off on the far side of the ground. The driving rain today doesn't help us. Chance, though, for Sydney United 58. Adelaide City's task at a fight back just got worse. They are down to 10. Set piece in a dangerous area. It will be Nikas. Tries to tee up Trefiro on the far post. It wasn't a bad option. Made good connection, but always going over. I think you'll find it was Bradley Corbo. Confirmation of that. Bradley Corbo shown his second yellow card.
Yeah, it's a shame for the player because it's not like it's been bad challenges, nasty challenges, just unlucky, just slightly mistimed.
He was beaten by Bilic, and I thought, well, first contact was probably outside, but I thought he was in the area when he was brought down, but Ben Abraham obviously closer than I am and made the decision, so prepared to go with it. But desperation stakes now for Adelaide City. 7 minutes remaining. Now Bilic tries to play in Payne. Stavroulakis has done well. Nikas with it. Great ball from him. Flag stays down for now. Shin found the bottom corner, but the flag did go up.
It was only about 4 or 5 yards offside there, but it certainly got the crowd cheering for a moment.
Well, it was panic stations. Obviously, the assistant will put the flag up when the player does come in possession of the ball, but we were made to wait, and I thought for a moment Shin may be in. Here is that man. Been pretty impressive this afternoon, Yutaro Shin, as has this man who has a hat-trick, Pani Nikas. Trapp. Turned over though, Adelaide. Chance to muster something going forward. And Sanaski's ball is ill-directed.
That's the thing with Adelaide City. There's been way too many unforced errors. Very poor pass out there.
Well, we mentioned in the pre-game to expect goals. We've certainly seen that. 7 so far.
There could be another one yet.
Well, as I said, anyone that's familiar with the NPL, no matter what your state, there is often late drama. Will we see some of it this afternoon? Stavroulakis. Nikas finds Tratt. Now Shin. Stavroulakis again. Tried to play in Bilic, but it was well read by Sanaski.
It was a tough ask before for Adelaide City. It's a mountain to climb now. Down to 10 men, goal behind. Probably about 4 minutes to go. Big ask for them now. They've got to really dig deep.
Here's Pudler. All right, tried to set Costa away. Trying to open them up again, but Vlismas marshals it well. Finds the safety of touch. Of course, Adelaide City are down to 10. Bradley Corbo shown his second yellow. If you are just joining us, City United 58 lead by 4 goals to 3. Here's Costa. We know his quality as he concedes the goal kick. We know his quality, but hasn't really had many chances to show it this afternoon.
No, Adelaide, they've been able to hit on the break, but they've not really mounted any consistent pressure whatsoever. It has been all Sydney United 58, and that's not coming from hometown commentators. The evidence was there before your eyes. It's been a fantastic performance by 2 very closely matched sides.
Still time. As Sanaski clattered into Nikas. Nikas has stayed down, but looks to be getting back to his feet now. Here's Kamara. Looks like he's won the corner. He has. So, chance for Adelaide City. Of course, this was how they found their 3rd goal. Captain Matt Halliday. Heading home. That man finds his way into the box again. Whipped in. Halliday was the target. Just overhit. Now Trafiro. It's 2-on-2 at the back. In fact, it's 4-on-2 as the numbers work out. Well done in cover from Blafari. Didn't have a lot of help, and that's what he's telling his teammates right now. Perhaps a little bit more colourfully, though. Inside the final 3 minutes here at the Sydney United Sports Centre. Can Sydney United 58 kill this contest? Mochizuki. Bilic. Halliday finds Pudler. Just overhit. Adelaide City still have some options on the bench if Damien Mori chooses to use them. Shin's done well though. He's got him behind. Can he pick out a teammate? He has. And Bilic's touch was too heavy.
Well, Shin did well there to get the ball off of Sanaski, but Paddy Nickers probably could have had his 4th, and then Bilic coming in on the back stick just couldn't control it, and Adelaide City have got away with it, and they're on the break.
They may have invited Adelaide City back in. Here's Kamara. Chance to see his talent. He's got into the area. Can he pick out a teammate? A chance on the far post. They have a goal. 4-4. And it's that man, Anthony Costa. We mentioned his chances have been limited, but the one he's gifted, he takes. And it is 4-4, and it is all happening at the Sydney United Sports Centre.
Within the final minute of the game. What a comeback by 10-man Adelaide City. You cannot deny this team. They've got guts, they've got guile, they've put in a tremendously valiant performance, but extra time, 10 men against a really dominant Sydney United side. What more could you ask for in a game?
Oh, it has had everything. 8 goals. And I've mentioned it a few times, this competition, the NPL is known for its late drama. We have certainly got that. And for the 4th time, Adelaide City have clawed their way back into it. Here's Yataro Shin.
Can you get any better advert for PS4 state leagues or even this competition? What a fantastic game.
Well, Adelaide City, can they pinch it? Confirmation, we're going to have 3 minutes of added time. There's been a little chance to really pause for breath here. Always something going on. We've seen some spectacular goals. Here's Payne. Is there a winner, though, for either side in normal time?
Well, Paddy Nickers probably thought about a minute ago that he was going home with a match ball, and now it's looking very likely to be extra time.
Well, just under 3 minutes for either side to find a winner. Nikas is going to try a bicycle again. Oh, he's given a penalty. And a card as well to Kamara, and this game takes another twist.
This is just crazy, crazy football.
And a card for Sanaski for some back chat, and Ben Abraham has given a penalty to Sydney United 58. I thought Nikas was going to be penalised for a high foot there. And
you would have thought it was dangerous play, but he's got away with it. A penalty's been given. I must admit, it was a strange decision to me, but obviously the referee's in a better position than me to see what happened. There must have been a shove in the back.
Well, I think there's cries of handball. Kamara was carded immediately, and it's going to be Chris Payne from the spot. You'd think this would win it for Sydney United 58. Here is Chris Payne, and he does score. So 5-4, Sydney United 58. Chris Payne adds another goal to his chart for the season. And this crazy game takes another twist.
Well, you did say you look out for the end of the match. There's generally drama in these games, and how right were you again? Spot on.
I'll tell you what, wouldn't mind seeing a replay of that one. It is a huge decision. Ben Abraham again having no hesitation. The second time he's pointed to the spot. Chris Payne scores. They've got about 90 seconds to rescue it. Surely not. They fought back 4 times today. It has been a wild afternoon. And if you're not a fan of the NPL,
you should be now.
You're doing something wrong, because both sides have turned it on today in what has been a pretty thrilling weekend of final series action, as Sydney United 58 fans crying out for the final whistle. Shafiro with it. There's some nervous fans obviously in Adelaide, and some nervous managers no doubt on the touchline. It has been something special this afternoon, and we mentioned the rich history these clubs have, obviously going back to the NSL days. I think they've written a pretty impressive chapter this afternoon.
Time has really got to be almost up for sure.
Here's Halliday. Anywhere will do for Adelaide. Desperate times. Kamara trying to steal in. Well done by Vlismas under the pressure. Tratt fires it into the grandstand. Souvenir for someone in the car park. Perhaps a broken windscreen as well. Acton. Can only be mere seconds left. Kamara. Nice work from him. Can he pick out a teammate? Dangerous looking ball. Now, Kamara gets clattered into after he crossed, and Adelaide City fans wanted a free kick, but Ben Abraham's waved away, and that is it. Full time here at the Sydney United Sports Centre. What a game we have seen. 9 goals in all, 5-4 in a game that had everything. Sydney United 58 will move on to a semi-final next weekend. We expect they will travel to take on the Brisbane Strikers. But Mickey Brock, where do we start with this game?
Well, what an advert for football, let alone the PS4 State League teams. What an unbelievable game. You're quite right. It had everything. Goals, classic goals, red cards. It had the works. The only thing it didn't have was a kitchen sink, and I'm sure they'll find one very, very shortly.
Well, 5-4. We'll recap the scorers now. Of course, Sydney United 58. Yataro Shin made it 1-0. A penalty from Paddy Nikas made it 2-0. And Nikas went on with it. A bicycle kick, a free kick into the top corner. It was top class, a hat-trick for him. And, of course, the moment that won the match, that penalty in added time. Chris Payne makes it 5-4 for Adelaide City. Halliday, Joel Allwright with a double, and Anthony Costa 5-4, but you must credit Adelaide City. They were down. They had to come back 4 times in the match. Eventually, though, a penalty the difference.
It was a tremendous fight back from Adelaide City. They showed very, very little in the opening stages of the game. Very contentious. The goal that they pulled back apparently just before the break of the first half, and then another contentious decision at the end of the game. So, what complaints can you have from that match? I'm sure the coaches will pick something out, something going to be about the decisions or the way things were handled at certain points of a game. But at the end of it, you've got 9 goals, you've got a red card, you've got a great advert for football, you've got a great advert for the PS4 National Leagues. What a match, what a fantastic sport this is.
Well, we're going to be drowned out by the PA blaring the music. They're in party mode here at Indenser Park, the Sydney United Sports Centre. The Sydney United fans, of course, victorious in an absolute thriller. Credit must go to Adelaide City. They did show good fight. Brocky, though, thanks for your company this afternoon.
Always a pleasure, mate, anytime.
Thanks for your company out there as well, wherever you're watching, of course, on the PlayStation Network or, of course, with YouTube. And the semi-finals are set now. Sydney United 58 to play the Brisbane Strikers, Perth SC to take on the Edgeworth Eagles. This competition is heating up nicely. Full-time, though, at the Sydney United Sports Centre. It is Sydney United 58-5, Adelaide City 4.